Hello one and all, my name is Ryan Bruce, my friends call me Fluff, and today on Riffs, Beards, and Gear, we check out a couple of compressors from Warm Audio. Warm Audio have recently updated their compressor selection with a couple of compressors that come in both single channel and dual channel configurations. We are going to check out two of them today. And before we go any further, the compressors that you see in this video, I have received from Warm Audio. Upon my request, I am a Warm Audio artist. You can consider this, thusly, a sponsored video, but all thoughts and opinions are still mine. So today we're going to talk about the WA76 D2 dual channel compressor and the WA76A single channel compressor. Where is this other compressor? Well, it's in my sidecar. You were hearing this right now. You were hearing the blue stripe, as it were, variant of the famous 1176 FET compressor circuit. However, they share multiple features and multiple things with them. I am not holding the second one because you were hearing it for the duration of this video. So the WA76 D2 is a dual channel version of the Rev D Blackface 1176 FET compressor, back in the day made by Universal Audio. However, I want to point out that this is not an 1178, which was a dual channel version back in the day. Pretty rare compressor. This is not that. This is Warm's own take on the circuit with added bells and whistles and amenities that guys like me in the studio doing mix stuff have been screaming for a long time. Now, both the WA76 D2 and the WA76A feature 100% analog discrete audio circuit paths, with both compressors featuring 600 ohm input impedances with a selectable 10K impedance to make it a little harder to interface with today's modern gear, but the 600 ohm impedance is more true to the vintage stuff. Now, both compressors feature Class A line level output amplifiers, as well as custom spec Cinemeg USA transformer, and they both support the all buttons in thing if you want to get nuts. Now, in addition to the AB and stereo selector, there's also a sidechain high pass filter, as well as a mix knob. We love a mix knob. In the box, parallel compression. I love that part. Now, amongst all of those bells and whistles, you also get a very low signal to noise ratio rated for 92 dB on either the dual or single channel variants of either the Revision A or the Revision D. Pretty quiet, unlike the vintage units that I have personally used. Enough of my yapping. Let's go ahead and get the D2 hooked up and let's get a mix going. All right, so I have the WA76 D2 here on the very top of my sidecar, and you are hearing the WA76A blue stripe on my voice, all right? So we got a lot of warm compression going on. The first example I wanted to show you is actually on the mix bus. I am in stereo mode on the D2, and I wanted to show you a couple of cool things about having it on a stereo bus. This is the Resider song, Rat Race. You guys have heard this song on the channel before. Right now, I am in Pro Tools. I have a stereo insert, and yeah, let's give this a rip, and then we're gonna start tweaking. So two things to know. I do still have to balance my left-right. I'm in stereo mode, and right now I am not utilizing the mix function, which we're gonna do right now. So basically we're gonna have a bus level parallel compression, which I'm actually a big fan of, right? So right now we're getting about 5 to 7 dB of gain reduction. It's quite a bit. And I wouldn't normally have this much on my two bus. I'd normally have like 2 or 3 dB. But let's see what this sounds like in parallel. You're gonna see me engage the mix knob, and then I'm gonna set it to about 50%. it adds an interesting glue, and you saw me bypass the compressor and you heard the levels change a little bit. However, the parallel compression this thing has with the entirety of the mix adds just a real nice glue, in my opinion. Now, obviously the mix knob would be to taste. I personally would probably do between 40 and 50% on something like a 2-bus. For a drum bus or like a guitar bus or bass or something like that, might do a little bit more just because I want that squish. And also notice I do not have the sidechain insert engaged at all right? So we're doing the full frequency of the mix, right? I don't want to be letting the low end through because we are at the 2-bus level, right? That's just my own personal taste. However, if I need to utilize it, it's there. Let's move on to vocals. So for this particular mix, we have a main verse vocal and a main chorus vocal with some supporting tracks underneath it. And I can basically take care of both of the main vocal parts with this compressor, with the WA76 D2. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna pop this into A-B mode. So now channel A and channel B are independent of each other, all right? So we're basically acting as two mono compressors. First, let's solo out this verse section. Let's hear this currently as it is right now.
I just can't believe we're sleeping on a bed of nails while we're forced to repeat. Welcome to society. Forced to run a ring race, shackled to the concrete.
It could come up a little bit, and I will note that this vocal was recorded with a Neumann U87 into a little bit of compression, so it is compressed and it has been de-essed as well, all right? So let's go ahead and add our instance of, let's see, that is 15, which is gonna be channel A. So let's see, let's dial this in. I think the levels are pretty good there. Let's pick another part of the song. That's pretty good. Let's move on to the chorus section of the song and get that main vocal up in level a little bit. So I'm gonna insert on, in this instance, 16. We're now on channel B of the compressor, all right? So let's dial that in now. I'm gonna back up a little bit, so we wanna get our levels fairly even with the verse section that we just dialed in. I'm gonna play this section. Pretty good. So with the vocal, I turned the parallel processing off. The mix knob is completely off and disengaged. So we are getting the full compression coming out of the WA76 D2. I went with a faster release than I would on On the mix, I wanted it fast. I mean, this is a really fast compressor no matter what you set it at. However, I want the release for the vocal to be pretty fast. I am also going mid-range with the attack as well because there is a lot of transient information in his vocal, and I am hoping to kind of round that off just a little bit using the compressor and its attack settings. I basically have both these at noon as far as the attack goes. Also, my release is a little bit faster on the verse than it is in the chorus, and then my levels and input are just to taste, but in either case, I'm getting about 5 dB of gain reduction. Let's listen one more time.
I just can't believe we're sleeping on a bed of nails while we're forced to repeat. Welcome to society, forced to run a ring race, shackled to the concrete. Sound again, I can't take another day. Sound again, not enough money in the world could fill your grave. Why can't you see why you live and die in the same dream?
Okay, so notice on the chorus vocal, I'm getting upwards of 7 to 9 dB of compression. Again, there's no right or wrong with compression. It's whatever sounds best to our ears. And in my ears, in this case, more compression in the chorus vocal than I have in the verse vocal, which I can do because there is 2 channels on the WA76 D2. Pretty cool. So what do I think? This D2 retails for about $1,200. The Rev A blue stripe that I have in the sidecar that you've been hearing this entire video retails for about $700. So really, again, Warm Audio is coming correct with the hardware, and they're not breaking the bank while doing it. The dual channel for me is something that I've never actually experienced in the hardware world. This is much like this is gonna sound silly, an analog plugin, and I am here for it. This is a much, much cleaner compressor than the Blueface Rev A. The Rev A it's pretty, there's a lot of saturation, and it can get pretty gritty when pushed. That's why I always love it on a vocal, which is why I have it here in my sidecar for you guys to hear on my desk mic. So if you're looking for a compressor, definitely check out the new compressors from Warm Audio. Of course, link down below in the description. And with that, you've been wonderful. I've been Fluff. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.